Well, good day, Tooth. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. Wet, soggy, and mushy, and not nice here. As you can see, my floor has leaked. It came in from the, it's higher over there, and it kind of in, but what can I do? It's one of those days. We had a huge pile of rain last night. Like, I mean huge. Huge. And there's water everywhere now because we've got so much frost in, it's not really getting away. So anyways, today is, I got almost a whole jug of oil here. No, sap, I'm kidding. Maple sap here to boil down. Not quite a full one, it's about to there, but it was flowing pretty good, and then it decided to kind of slow down, and it got cruddy and crappy here again. So I haven't really got any for another couple of days now. So I guess we'll better boil this stuff up. So we'll get our burner going. This guy here. And I gotta push the a little button there for the to let the gas flow. And warm up the thermocoupler, which is this little guy right here. Keeps the flow going. I always burn off all my hair on my hand. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? Ah! Yeah. Oh. That smells really bad. Okay, gonna keep going there, bud. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, so this is my little taser lighter. Got it from Canadian Tire there. It's got a little rechargeable taser. I don't smoke or nothing, but you know, it's pretty handy for burning off your arm hairs. God, that smells awful, but hey, you need a quick haircut? Woof, that goes up pretty quick. Okay, so we'll get our pot on here. We should put a bit of sap in the bottom first. Let me get you on a tripod. Alright, so we got some sap. And this is only out of one tree. I only do one tree back there because it runs such a lot of sap. Like a lot of sap. I don't really need to tap any other trees. Should get you overhead here so you can see how sappy it is. Oh boy, it's good stuff. It's just like sugar water, this stuff. See the foamy bubbles in it already? That's like really sweet stuff. It's really concentrated out of this tree. I don't really know why, but she moves some sugar. So 50-to-1 ratio. So this is a 15 liter jug, so we probably had about 13 liters. So if you want to do the math, we're not going to get much syrup out of this. But let's crank her up and get her going here. Full max. And I guess I might as well put a little bit of a lid on it, keep some of the rain out of it. And that'll take about 5 minutes, maybe. She'll be boiling. Okay, that's what I call an overflowing, rolling boil. She is definitely hot stuff. So that's gonna sit there for probably about 2 hours maybe of my time, me time. And to be very quick for you guys. But eventually, yeah, it does that. It's funny how it all of a sudden, look out, I'm coming, like it's exploding like the vinegar baking soda experiment, right? That will calm itself down, and I have turned it way down now. I could probably go even more. Once you get her going, just keep that roll and boil going, and you'll be pretty good. But there's, oh man, I can smell it already. I can't believe that. I can smell the goodness coming from in this pot already. As crazy as that is, you don't want to take out too much of that because that is a lot of sap there, right? So even if I just scrape up these bubbles, that converts down to a lot of sap. So you don't want to take too much of that out. But right now she's pretty full. I'm kind of glad I didn't go too much more sap in there than that. So I can even probably turn that down even more. I know this burner, this is a turkey cooking pot burner propane guy here. There she goes. That's more better. So if I turn that back up too much, it'll bubble up like that again, I bet. It's almost like it can't get the steam out of the bubbles and just whoop. That's definitely a heated boil, we'll say. Yeah, this was a turkey cooking pot thing, and I think I used it once. We did a chicken in it, and it wasn't too bad. But this isn't the pot that came with it. This is a different pot. Stainless steel, this pot, and the one that came with it is aluminum. I was worried about the aluminum maybe giving it a funny flavor. So, but yeah, oh man. It's not super strong smelling yet, but I cannot believe how fast you can just smell. That tree is just freaking amazing. And I have done other trees back there before. I have done. And it's not as good. So if this tree ever dies, I think my maple syrup making days will be done. I don't know. It seems to be a lot higher sugar content in this one tree than the rest of them. Where you can actually take the sap like this, right out of the bottle, or right out of the tree, and you can taste the sugar in it like that. It's hard to find a tree like that. Most of them just taste like normal water, and it takes like forever to boil all that down to get nothing out of this. This will actually be pretty good here. We'll get a fair bit out of this. Wow. That pot, we might get maybe this much syrup in the bottle. It is a crappy ratio, but this one tree, it does roll a lot nicer with the sugar in it. So I love that tree. It's an awesome tree, and it's an old tree, and one of these days it's just going to go boom, done, and that'll be the end of it, which will suck. But so there we go. And maybe just turn it down just a little bit. What if I turn it right up? What happens? Get it really good and hot. Yeah, see it's starting to foam up again there. It can't get that steam out of the bubbles fast enough. Whoa. Shut her down, boys. There we go. Now that is really nice having a propane burner. Now what I used to use was like a 45-gallon steel drum with holes cut in it, vent holes, and wood stuffing holes, and I had a great big pot that fit on the top of the 45-gallon drum, which is now I don't have. It was not mine, and it was loaned to someone else, and they ended up wrecking it. Anyways, it's okay. We changed our method. But yeah, so you'd have to feed the fire all the time. I used to use skids, cut up skids. They'd burn really hot, but not for very long. But once the temperature was going, you couldn't really kind of regulate it too much. So if you stuff wood in, it got really hot. And you had to keep stuffing wood in to keep it hot, where this is like, oh, it's too hot? Okay, let's turn it down. Or you want to get it going? Okay, turn it up. So that's going pretty good there now. I'll leave that going. Probably should put a lid just a little bit on it, maybe. I don't know if I put a lid right on it. I don't think that's a good idea because it's not letting it get out then. But The idea is to evaporate it, but it's also raining out right now. And I'd rather not get too much rain water in there, if you know what I mean. Hopefully that lit'll stay there and it's still getting some steam out. I could bring it inside and do it inside, but the thing with doing this inside, you absolutely never ever want to do it inside on your stove, because like I was mentioning, it smells really great. Well, there's also sugar going up with that steam. Unfortunately, lose a bit of sugar. That's going to get stuck on absolutely everything, and you don't want that. That's a huge mess. So if you did that in your house, it would be stuck on your ceiling, on your walls. It would be like sticky everywhere. It would totally suck. So you don't want to do that. I wish I had a little bit of an overhang off my building here. That would definitely keep the extra moisture out of it. But anyways, don't really think there's anything I can temporarily set up here. I could. I've got some wood. Could nail it to my door up here and then just put a stick out there to hold it, but I don't have a stick. So, but anyways, it'll work. So I'll let her go there. We'll check in an hour or so. We'll see how far down we are. It's not raining that hard, maybe. Maybe leave that going. It should boil that off anyway. So I just don't really like to leave it like that, but it's the way she works. We are working with the weather. So we'll check in an hour or so. So we got to remember where about those rivets were maybe 1.5 inches below those rivets, kind of thing. So yeah, here we go. All right, I'm about 45 minutes in, and below those rivets now we've probably got about 3 inches ish, maybe 4 inches ish. So she's going pretty good. Kind of hard to see through all that steam, but yeah, it's actually boiling up pretty quick. I might be done here for an hour and a half. I'll be probably ready to go into the jars. I got 2 jars here. They're 500 ml glass mason jars, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough to fill both of them. I might get one done and then like a little bit of the other one. So anyways, she's working good. Okay, she's getting down. We probably got another hour anyways, but do a little update for you on it. You can see through the fog. Had almost a huge catastrophe here. The frickin' huge gust of wind come through and pushed my big door here closed, and it all crashed against here, and it actually shoved it in and in towards the door. Nearly lost the whole project. That would have sucked. Huge, just a gust of wind. What the crap? But anyways, we are probably 6-7 inches down from those rivets there now. I don't know if you can even see that. Yeah, it doesn't look like that probably to you guys, but now if we look at the stuff, it's starting to get a little brown. It's getting a little more concentrated. Got a bit of color there to it now. I don't know if you can see that color compared to, you know, where you clear stuff. This is starting to get a little browner colored. Let me see if I can bring her up to you here. A little bit of a tinge to it, so she'll have a bit of flavor to it now, and it smells really good. I could inhale that all day. Yummy. So while we're waiting here to tell you a little story, the couple of places around us, well, there's one actually about an hour and a half from us that we go to called Shaw's Sugar Bush. It's a pretty good outfit they got there, but they got buildings made just for this, and they're, you know, big huge evaporators sit inside, and then the roof like flips open, right, so all the stuff out the top, or they have the venting and, you know, right at the top. So a little larger scale one I'm into, they make like, you know, probably 100 liters of syrup a day, you know, so that's how many 50-to-1 ratio? That's a lot of sap. But they've also tapped probably about 30,000-40,000 trees, right? So, and everything, you know, say, you know, tree here, everything's piped together into main lines and then into like a big tank out there, and then it's pumped all into the, it's a freaking cool thing. It starts as sap and it goes through all the different stages and down, and it comes out the tap as syrup. evaporators they call them. So should go up there this year. That'd be kind of a neat little trip maybe. Show you. Ooh, that smells good. Show you kind of their operation. I can't remember now if I've been. I've been there, but I don't know if I've done videos for there for you. I'll have to check back on my channel and see if I've got any past videos of up there. It was pretty good. So across the lake at the conservation area, they do a thing. It's actually on now, but they charge you like 25 bucks to get in, which is ridiculous. So, and then they want you to buy a jug of syrup, which is, you know, another 50 bucks. So it's like, no, I do it myself right here. I must have it up a little bit too high there. It's just kind of foaming up a little bit. So when this is done, or getting to be done, it's really weird. Like it's bubbling foam like this, but the foam, it changes to actual foam. And it'll start like really weird. So I just time it. I leave it doing that for about 5 minutes after I kind of see that. And then evaporates a little more of the water out, because this is all moisture water coming out here now, but it'll eventually stop that, and it'll kind of foam and bubble, and it's really weird. And so hopefully I can kind of catch that, but it'll be when we're getting near the bottom. So we got probably another half an hour maybe anyways. I can't tell how deep it is there, but can't be much more there. So holy cow, you're all foggy. That's not good. Now you can't see. Defog, defog. I'm getting too close. That's a little better. It's getting dark out. And look at this, like turning into winter again out here. I don't know if we can see that. You're all foggy. It's snowing though. It was raining, now it's turned to snow. Can you freaking believe that? Go away, snow. I have freaking totally had enough of you. So yeah, we had all this rain last night. Maybe for a minute we'll just leave this and go down and look at the river. I can see it from here. Actually, if I zoom in, I'll show you the river. That's a part of the river here. It's really swollen up right now. Tons of water running down there. There's so much frost in the ground right now. I got probably about 3 feet of frost in the ground, and the one section that's low back there got, well, the one spot where I've got a low spot back there, I had my hip waders on. I was up over my knee. So that's 24 inches of water back there anyways. Had my 3-inch water pump going all day. Put 3 tanks of fuel through that roughly, maybe 3.5, maybe even 4 almost. And I think I sucked out about almost 140,000 gallons roughly of water. Oh, there's a lot of water laying back there. So I tried it all day, you know, and it just couldn't get it right sucked down, but it's still melting snow and draining down to this spot, so it's kind of like a losing battle right now. So but because there's so much frost in there, the water can't get away, so that sucks. But anyways, we got the pump, had the pump going all day today and tried my best, but that's all I could do. So but maybe we'll just run down to the river here and have a look at it. Hang on, go see the Swelly River. It's not quite as high as it was. I think it's actually gone down a little bit, but that's still moving some water down there. So definitely has a lot of melt today, and already had piles of rain last night too, so that made a lot more melt. But but anyways, she's flowing. So I looked it up. April 6th, 2011. We got this burner system here, and it was a turkey cooker thing. So that's when I first tried to use it for this, and you know what, it works pretty good. I'm still using her. So holy crap, that's a long time ago. About 8 years ago. Holy crap, eh? Isn't that cool? Still working. Well, she's getting dark. We better hurry up. No, we got lights on, so we're good. Oh man, I just did a sample taste. We've got a little bit of boiling yet to do, but it was frickin' fantastic. It's already like really sugary, like really good. So pass the ladle, have a look here. Starting to darken up a little bit, but that is frickin' awesome stuff. The flavor in that is just fantastic. The first of the year sap's always really good. You just gotta get it. And oh man, frickin' yummy. Holy cow, can't wait. Let's make pancakes. Woo! Trouble is, you use like, oh, we did here today on one, about 4 pancakes, that'd be it. But we got a little bit of time, maybe about 12. Well, it's going pretty good, so it won't be too much longer. Another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll probably be ready to boil. I want to catch that foamy action whenever it happens here. So it looks like we're casting enough light out here, so that's good. Nice and bright. Could be a lot worse. We could be doing it like this. Oh crap! But we got lights, so that's awesome. So a few more minutes. Should probably turn it down a bit because you actually can burn that too. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And we're maybe not too far off our foamy boil here. Well, we still got steam coming out, so should be a few minutes yet. You got to get all the water as much as you possibly can out of it. If you go too far, you'll turn to sugar, or not sugar. What do they call that stuff? Like taffy. Yeah, like taffy. So if you do that, you're screwed. But you could put it on some nice clean snow and make like taffy candy. Oh, it's really good. But yeah, if you go too far, you're in trouble. It'll be too thick. But if you don't go far enough, it'll actually start to go funny tasting in the jar after about a monthish or so. But what I'm going to do with the jars, whatever we get here, hopefully I get 2 jars. I doubt it, highly doubt it. 500 ml jars. If we get 1 anyways, we'll put it in a pot of boiling water and sterilize the jar real good that way. Get it all up to 100 degrees for about 15 minutes. And she should be good for centuries. Well, till the pancakes show up anyways. So we'll be foaming here momentarily, I do believe. I can almost see it going now. Okay, we are soon reaching a critical mass. Still a bit of steam coming off, but this is the point where you really gotta be careful with it. And it's getting that nice color, and it's just getting the last, it turns into all foam. It's really weird. Should probably turn that heat down a little more. Pretty much hot enough now to light a cigarette under there, and there's hardly any flame, but you can see that real big foamy stuff. It's really weird, eh? Kind of like when you first started boiling, it all foamed up. Now there's another thing you can do too, is put a little bit in your guy there and let it cool down in the ladle, and it will, you can see how thick the syrupy is in it. So that's not quite ready yet. It should be cool enough, but once it leaves, I kind of like to go like the consistency of like engine oil, maybe a 520 or a 1030, or if you really want it nice and thick, a 1540, or you could go gear oil. I need 5W110. That'd be like pretty thick. It's not quite ready though. It's coming though. And now you gotta remember, I've left that in there while I was testing that for like another couple of minutes. So we won't be long now. See already, and that's still hot. It's pretty thick there. So if I go too much more, she'll turn to taffy, kind of sugary, thick, gooey stuff. It's getting about a 1030 there now. Still got a bit of moisture coming out though, so that's good. Normally I filter this stuff, but that's all good for you. I'm not filtering it. The crap that's in your pancakes is probably worse than what this stuff is. And it's a little bit runny yet. Keep her going. As you can see, hardly any flame on there now. Very little flame. Just enough to keep the boil going. As we're getting down to almost just straight sugar now. Still a little bit runny yet. Gotta remember that's over 100 degrees coming out of there too, right? So if it's getting thick when it's that hot, you're probably getting really close. Getting awful close there now. Getting a little more of the vapor out. Try to turn that down a little more too. If you go down too low though, it starts to kind of make a mess on your pot underneath. It's not really burning nice and clean.
You're going to be on such a sugar high.
Well, that stuff is frickin' good. Okay, I don't see much steam, so I think we're going to take it off. Now we'll head over to bottle. Well, there we go. That's the ratio. So we started just about there, and that's all we got left. Not frickin' very much. That's not even a whole bottle there, I don't think. Holy cow. It might not even be half a bottle there. That's pretty crappy ratio. But what can we do? Bottle her up here, I guess. Alright, I don't think we're gonna get too much here. Oh man, this is horrible. The ratio is so stupid. This isn't even going to be a whole bottle here, I don't think.
Honey.
It's a lot of work for what you get, but not even a whole bottle. Boy, I thought we might have done a little better than that. Well, we got enough for half a pancake. Well, maybe a little more. I might have boiled it down a little bit too much. See, it's kind of gloppy there, right? So it might be a little bit too thick, but it's almost toffee. Taffy, toffee. It's like candy in the bottom here. Yeah, that's pretty thick. Yummy, I get to lick the ladle. Well, what this is going to do too, if you don't open it for a while, it'll ferment, we'll say, into sugar in the very bottom of the thing here. So, well, we'll put that on. Maybe we'll have that for breakfast tomorrow. I don't know. There we go. That's our work from about 2 hours and about 13 liters, maybe roughly. That's what we got, 1 bottle of urine with sediment. Should send this into the parole officer, see what he says about that. Anyways, there we go. Sweet, literally. So I was thinking probably 1 right full jug would get you, these are 500 ml, right? I think so, yeah. So 15 liters gets you 500 ml of syrup. Now that's also depending, it looks like it's a bit thin still, but it's really hot still, so she'll come down a bit when it gets, hopefully. Yeah, it looks pretty runny there yet, actually. I didn't really want to leave it any longer, but...
It's not thin on the spoon.
No, because it's evaporated all the water right off the spoon. Yeah, I'll still eat it. That's actually pretty good if you look. It's really hot yet though, so when it cools down, it'll probably go a bit thicker. But so 15 liters to 500 milliliters, half a liter, is what I think you would get, depending on the sugar content of that tree. But this tree's Really sweet. Like, holy cow, we're eating like it's what was left in the pot is all like thick honey almost, because it's evaporated all the water from the pot being hot. So it was good. But anyways, there we go, syruped. So that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that boiling process and tasting process. Tell you what, there's nothing like having whiskers with syrup stuck in it. Get hours of enjoyment. Still getting it. Anyways, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later. And you guys have a good day.